Almost everybody worries about what will happen in the future, and especially during the fearful times. The prospect of not knowing if something good or bad will happen in the near future can actually trigger a lot of fear and anxiety. A lot of clients, entrepreneurs, professionals with whom I interact experience these kind of fears. No one is probably immune to them, not even me. And as you climb the corporate ladder, the fears of the future concerning your professional and personal life usually get magnified. In the words of Sadhguru, fear is simply because you are not living with life, you are living in your mind. Your fear is always about what's going to happen next. And that means your fear is always about that which does not exist. And if your fear is about the non existent, your fear is 100% imaginary. Most of us would be aware of these things, still, we may find it quite difficult to avoid or bypass the fears of an uncertain future. So, what can we do about it? How can we stop this fear to affect our life and happiness? There are some actions that I have discovered and personally applied to situations where I have encountered these kinds of fears, and I've found those techniques to be quite useful. You may be aware of some of them, but I'm sure it will be good to refresh them, and you may be able to pick something new that may benefit you. There is no particular sequence to adopt these techniques, and you may choose one or more that suits you and solves your problem. Take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel to continue accessing content that will help you to grow, succeed, and find solutions. Let me start by saying that you must remember that your worst fears will rarely come true. And I have found it to be really spot on. The truth is that most of us worry ourselves with things that are most likely never going to happen. Remember that no one can predict the future with 100% certainty. Even if the thing that you are afraid of does happen, there will be circumstances and factors that you can't predict, which maybe can be used to your advantage. So we may be 99% correct in predicting the future, but all it takes is that 1% to make a world of difference in our lives. So you need to ask yourself this even after you have decided that your worst fear won't come true. What is the worst that could happen? And many of our future fears, even if they did come true, may not be life-threatening, but we think that they are. Yes, there could be some scenarios and situations that would adversely affect our lives, but maybe the potential worst is only an inconvenience rather than a life-shattering experience. I've also realized that working is the best antidote to worrying. Whether it's gaining the courage to confront whatever it is that you fear by purposefully working at it, engaging your mind into something interesting or a physical activity makes you feel a lot better when you actually work on something. We must learn to take it one day at a time. Instead of worrying about how you will get through the rest of the week or the coming month, try to focus on today. And each day can provide us with different opportunities to learn some new things, and that may include learning how to even deal with your problems. When the time comes, hopefully you will have learned the skills to deal with your situations. Sometimes we can get anxious over a task that we will have to perform in the near future. And when this happens, visualize yourself doing the task in your mind. Maybe self-visualization is a great way to reduce the fear and stress of a coming situation, and that may increase your self-confidence. The other thing that you can do is relax. Remember to take a deep breath and try to find something to do to get your mind off your anxieties and stresses or fears. You could maybe take a walk, listen to some music, read the newspaper, watch TV, play on the computer, or do an activity that will give you a fresh perspective on the things. This will also help you to distract yourself from your current worries. Note that worrying makes it worse. A lot of times our worrying can make the problem even worse. All the worrying in the world will not change anything. All you can do is to do your best each day, hope for the best, and when something does happen, take it in stride, face it. Focus on the moment, the hour, the day. Most of our fears stem from our lack of knowledge about certain things, combined with an inability to see into what the future brings. The truth is, no matter how you look at it, you can only do what you can do now or today. If you can't do anything about your current fears, then go for a walk, a run, or take a nap. You are then better off. Think about the last time that you were scared of anything. What really happened? Chances are that you must have made it. Maybe you think that you might have lost or things didn't work out the way that you expected them to be, but we don't always lose because we are not good enough. It's because we need to take a different route at that particular time. It can be also hard at times to think positively of the moment and in that present moment. But can you visualize the outcome that you want? Yes, you can. Visualization is more than just daydreaming, but actually it is practicing and projecting the reality that you want in a deliberate way. It's about experiencing the emotions and feelings of being victorious even before all of that happens. There is also a lot of psychological and medical research to show that spirituality helps people heal even the physical ailments faster. So surely it can help with your future anxieties. For people who haven't tried it, just sitting there and breathing seems like a pointless activity. But taking deep breaths with your eyes closed does amazing things for just calming your restlessness. And in the end, always remember that you have the fight and strength in you. We have all felt defeated at times. But courage doesn't mean never feeling defeated. Courage means that you do what you can with what you have, regardless of how you might feel in that moment. And perhaps the most important thing to remember about courage is that no one else can give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. And you first start with the belief. In order to face your fears and your future, you must believe you can. And finally, ask for help if you need it. Sometimes we walk through life feeling unknowingly anxious and we haven't even had the courage to first admit to ourselves that we are scared. Once you gain this courage, you will find that you can much more clearly see the things that you need to get through your fears. But more importantly, you will often recognize that you might have to humble yourself and request for help. It's okay, you're human. Hope you found this video useful. Please give me a like on this video and subscribe to my channel as we regularly post content to help you grow, succeed, and find solutions. Thanks for watching.